Hey, what's up guys, you got Crave here, and this video is going to be about giving you tips on how you can play your Adam Jensen as a very sneaky character. Now, this video revolves around playthroughs that mean not killing anyone in the game. Of course, you can't avoid taking down some people, or at least I think in the last part of the game, it might be even more difficult to not kill people, but you'll eventually see what I mean as you get towards the ending, or if you've seen it, then you know what I mean. But yeah, so in case you are going through your second playthrough, your first playthrough was the type that was guns blazing, kill everything in sight, then this video you might find it useful, and especially for those who have just recently purchased the game and are looking for tips on how you can progress your character in a very sneaky way, or having your Adam Jensen go stealth, then this video is for you. So the first tip is actually a bunch of stuff that you have to go through your augmentation picks. Now, augmentations, as you know, in Mankind Divided or in Human Revolutions, is very important, and you have to make some, well, at least the first part of the game, some tough choices. But as you get midway and throughout the game, and you reach the ending or the late game part, you'll realize that you'll have a bunch of practice points that you can spend. But you want to make sure that your choices are thoughtful and they basically enhance your playstyle. So it's really good to just basically tunnel vision a playstyle along with your augmentation picks, or at least the augmentation picks you have or you make are fit to that playstyle. So with that, for these augmentation pick suggestions, I suggest augs that enhance your personal Adam Jensen and how you want him to progress in the game. So my suggestions for the augmentation path are as follows. So for the cranium tier, I would suggest maxing out the hacking capture levels as fast as possible, as there's a lot to be gained in storage lockers and rooms that you can enter. And from mid to late game, then in the cranium tier, I would suggest working on dominating cameras, turrets, and bots. Now, for the eyes tier, I would suggest that you only get, it's really the only thing that's useful is the smart vision thing, so you know where mobs or your enemies are walking around. And for the torso tier, or the torso level, then I would suggest working on energy and the implant rebreather, basically just those two, since you don't really plan to engage or get caught, so health boosting augs aren't really necessary. Now, the rebreather is really just a must, as it allows you to bypass some areas with ease. And also, you need to work on your energy enhancements as you go along. So you should be pretty much maxed out on the energy enhancements by the time you get to late game. Now, for the arms tier or the arms level, I would suggest just working on the object lifting and the remote hacking part, as it really opens up pathways and minimizes the need to be close to objects to interact with them. Security domination is a must in the late game. Now, it's for the back tier, it's really just about safe fall or the Icarus landing aug to make things easier and less cumbersome in case you're 6 flights of stairs up and you just want to get down pretty fast. And for the skin augmentations, just completely max out glass shield. You can completely ignore dermal and titan since your goal is not to be seen, so you won't really trigger anything or get caught in an EMP blast, or no one's going to be shooting your face with a shotgun. And for the legs, so you only need the clip springer aug, so basically it enables you to jump at higher distances. Yeah, for the legs, yeah, that's pretty much it. So as you've noticed, for the cranium, eyes, torso, arms, back, skin, and legs, I've only focused on the areas where it basically enhances the stealth play. And trust me when I say this, it's really possible to go stealth all out in this game. It won't be necessary to pick up anything that enhances your armor, your health, or things that basically, or augmentations that basically enhance combat. So it's really not necessary. And now, if you've been progressing your game properly by doing as much of the side quests and exploring, then you'll notice that you'll have a bunch of practice points to spare towards the late game. So my additional suggestion for tip for these augmentation picks is to always have 3 or 4 practice points to spare to allocate as the need arises per situation. So the next four tips will be pretty quick. Tip number two is the use of two items, which is Multitool and BioCell. Now, Multitool is just really a must. It's a really good thing to have handy when you're basically running out of time, or when you have to take out a level 5 terminal in a hurry, and you know it's one of those terminals that's cloaked and with a bunch of level 5 nodes. So really, yeah, the multi-tool is really great in that. Now, I know you can enhance your energy via augmentations, but there's nothing like having a biocell in hand. So multi-tools and biocells basically are the, well, other than the next three items in tip number three, they're basically the only items you should spend your credits on. So that's multi-tool and biocell. For tip number three, I would suggest always carry around an EMP grenade and a gas grenade. So I mean, you're not supposed to engage in them, but you might be in a situation where it might take forever to progress a certain area unless you take out a one of those mech bots, those mech police bots. So you can of course use an EMP grenade for that. So it's really easy. Once they're shocked, and provided nobody sees you, you can then proceed with your normal non-lethal takedown. And of course, gas nades are just simply great for a room full of mobs. So instead of handling them one by one or luring them to a secluded area, you can knock them all out at the same time. Now, as with multi-tool and biocell, these are the last two items I feel are worth spending your credits on. The fourth tip is basically doing all the side quests, and this is a standard in most RPGs. You know, for the basic fact that the side quests in Deus Ex Mankind Divided are pretty interesting. They're not entirely boring. Some are not as interesting as most, but yeah, they're generally interesting. So by doing all side quests, you level up pretty fast, which means you get more augments unlocked via XP, and you know, once you reach or you approach the late game, you'll be thankful that you actually did more and more of the side quests. You'll just really realize that you have more options in handling the late game situation. Some of those situations in the late game can be pretty tricky. Not really difficult, it's just that it requires it's those situations where you think that if I had this augmentation, or if I did this side quest which unlocked certain augmentations or gave me more praxis, you'll know what I mean. It's better to have more options in dealing with situations in late game. And for the last tip I can give, and again, this is just one of the more obvious ones, is just basically check everything inside. You get all codes, you get all the software you can find, especially for terminals. If you're hacking terminals, you need hacking software, stop software, nuke software. You'll basically need everything you can get. So you don't have to buy those hacking tools, as they're easily you can loot them everywhere. It's everywhere in the game, so you don't need to buy them. But you make sure that you hack terminals and open drawers, loot mobs. So basically, there's a bunch of stuff you can get in the game without having to spend your credits on them. And yeah, like I said, by checking everything inside, just being very patient, you never have to buy anything because of this. And again, except for the multi-tool, biocell, EMP, and gas nades, everything else you need in the game for stealth play is available from drawers, mobs, and basically just by being a scavenger. So yeah, that's tip number 5. And that's it, guys. Those are my 5 tips for enhancing the stealth play for your Adam Jensen, and it's really my preferred playstyle for Deus Ex, especially with the way Mankind Divided is right now. Developers really paid attention to the stealth aspect of the game, unlike Deus Ex Part 1, where yeah, some areas were missed on. Yeah, but basically Mankind Divided in terms of stealth is a big improvement over the predecessor. So I'm looking forward to what they have in store for Part 3. Bigger and better augs, or more scenarios where you can use stealth and coercion of people. I don't know, but yeah. So anyway, I hope you found this video useful, and leave a like on your way out if you did. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.